Now, this is gonna be so cool to do because the timber we are using is amazing. It is full ripple ash and we are gonna be using the olive part of it, so it will be slightly darker. Yeah, I'm so stoked to bring you this video, so please do hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to me, check out my other videos, follow me on this video, and let's go make it!
So these are going to be my legs. They're all paired up, so we've got 4 sets, because remember I'm making 2 stools. And so what we want to do now is we're going to put a little angle on the tops. It's not much of an angle, but it just means that when these are kicked out this way, the top that I'm going to put on can just sit on flat and we don't need to worry about getting an angle on the other side. So it makes it really simple that we can just put an angle on the top of these, and the other piece doesn't need one at all. You'll see what I mean later in the video, but for now we're just going to put a little angle on the top of our leg. So that's our legs with the angle cut on the top. And what we want to do now is we want to be putting in a middle rail. You know, something a bit like that. It's going to go fair high maybe. Something a bit like that. And so we need to put an angle on this bit of wood. And that angle is exactly the same angle as the angle I put on the top. So it makes it really easy. Same angle. Don't need to change the saw. Leave it how it is. Cut your middle rail. So this is what we've got now. We've got our legs and middle rail, and then I've just stuck on a top piece there. I didn't bother changing the saw because obviously that's just the same angle as everything else. However, that doesn't actually matter. We could have just left them square, because when I'm finished, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a load of timber off that side to narrow down the legs, just because I think it'll look quite cool. And then what we're going to do as well is probably going to put a nice big curve on there, and then again, I don't really know where we'll go from yet, but another curve on the top to match, to thin that down. But what we want to do first is we want to get some joints in everything. So we're going to be using the Domino, and we're going to stick dominoes in all of those 4 joints. So this is what we have now. This is it pushed together. And like I said before, we want to put a curve on this top rail. Now I'm only going to do this one for now. I'm going to do this one after I've glued the legs on, because we can do that as a full unit. And it'll be easier to get a cramp on like that, with this being square rather than it being curved. So all I'm going to do now is cut this one and get it round. So a really good way of finding out if your curve is a true curve is to get it onto a flat surface. So these are square up with it and draw it on. Then flip your curve over. And as you can see, we've got a true curve, which is what we want. Where if you then did it and this curve started running off, you would know that one side's got more out than the other. So it's a really cool, quick trick. So now we've got all these done, we're gonna get out this rail here. Now this has actually got an angle on each side, so when it goes together the legs are actually slightly splayed out. And that angle, what we put on there, will be the same angle as what these feet will be, so we'll get them cut at the same time. So let's get on. So now they're dominoed. Really careful where you end up putting these because you don't want to go through them when you put a round on everything after. And now we're going to curve this top, so we're going to get rid of this on the bandsaw. Then we're going to be using a compass plane to curve it in. So this is what we've got now. Got a curve on the top. We've got it all dominoed. So what we want to do now is we want to be shaping these. So we're going to put a big round on it all. It's very simple really. But what you want to do first is you want to put that frame in and mark where it is, because you don't want your round to go through where the join is, because that won't look the best. So we now know these are our stop lines for now. So we'll put the round on. Unfortunately the cutter I've got is a really blunt cutter, so it is burning it really bad, so it's just taking a lot of time to sand. And this is a really messy, dusty job, so if you do have a good mask, I definitely recommend getting one. I have this 3M VersaFlow, so absolutely no dust can get in at all. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I've used it for years and I would highly recommend it. This video isn't sponsored by them in any way. I'm just giving my honest opinion. And this is a safety one, like a big safety cap head on it, but you can get lightweight ones where it doesn't have this part. So now it's just a lot of sanding by hand. Yay! So we're finally ready for gluing up. I've got these all sanded now. You definitely don't need a gym when you've got a burnt cutter. It took a lot of doing, a lot of hard work. It took about an hour to sand one of these up, so 2 hours. And then I sanded that a little bit. So just over 2 hours to get all this sanded up, but we're finally ready to glue. I've left these bits for now because these will get routed in to this frame after it's glued, and I'll show you how you do that when we get to it. But for now, we need to get it glued so we can leave it overnight to set. So we just need to get rid of this step now, because I left this slightly proud. Just because this leg has an angle on, so it'll be easier just to flush it off with the plane now. So I've got it in my vise, and I've got my plane ready. So we're just going to take that off, and then we're going to continue this round all the way and all the way back. Then a final sand and some oil.
Just before I show you the final piece, if you would like to support me as a creator, I have been really busy on the lathe turning these mini Christmas trees. They're only £10 and I will leave a link in the description, but if you ever wanted to thank me or support me, this is the best way you can, so click on that link and please do buy a Christmas tree for either you or a loved one. Thanks.
Thanks for watching everyone, this is the end of the video. As you can see, I got this one upholstered, which is my favourite, and then there's this one too, which is slightly bigger, which I didn't film, but I did make this in the background at the same time filming these two. And this is exactly the same, just slightly different dimensions and obviously taller, and this is actually for a piano, so it's a piano stool. Very bright colour, probably not my choice, but that's what the customer wanted. So yeah, very, very nice. So we've got this one, which was actually my choice of fabric, and then this one that hasn't been upholstered yet. We've just got the foam ready, it's all cut ready to shape, and the plyboard it sits on, and that one's still waiting to find out what kind of fabric we want. So as soon as that's done, I will order it and it will get put on, and I will put a finished photo up on my Instagram. So thanks for watching. If you did make it right to the end, please do drop a comment in the comments, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you next time everyone. Bye!